Hey everyone, this is Ellie Mae with Swift Creek Customs, and today we had a question on the group on how to set this up as a print and cut in the Siser Leonardo Design Studio software. So I'm going to show you how you can do that and designate your cut lines, print lines, and your score lines. This file is linked in the description below if you'd like to grab it to play along. Let's get started. I'm going to come up to File, Open, and in this case, this is the SVG. It says SVG file on it if I move my mouse over it. I'm going to double click on that, and then you can open this as a cut only or editable artwork. If you choose the print and cut, it is not going to give you the inside bits for this accurately in the way that it was designed. So I'm going to choose editable artwork. Both processes will be the same. So I'm going to choose apply. And then what we need to do is, in this case, I chose editable artwork. I need to now tell it that it's going to be a print and cut. So I'm going to come up here to my artboard and I'm going to choose print and cut. Then I'm going to choose page marks, and that's going to adjust those page marks onto my page. So I can just move that around, and then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to zoom in on this so we can see it a little bit better. I'm going to close the artboard up here. And then the next thing I want to do is open the properties panel, and generally it comes open with the color picker on it. I've been playing around with this file, so mine was on layers. You're going to come to your layers panel, and you can see right here the bare crayon holders all grouped together. I'm going to right click, choose ungroup, and now we have our individual pieces of our design. All of those are selected when you ungroup, so I'm going to click off of it to deselect everything, and then you can click back on each shape. The white is the outer edge of this card. I'm going to click underneath this down arrow, and I'm going to choose cut tool. That's going to tell it that it's going to cut the outer edge. The next one here is the score line in the center, and I can come in here and you can either draw a new line and change it to a dashed line if that's how you want to do your score line. This time I'm going to tell the software though that I want to fold and score, and then I'm going to change the setting on the send tab when we go to send the design. Now it has a green dot. This next shape here is the outer edge. This is the cuts, so we want this shape to cut. So I'm going to choose cut tool, and those are where those your coloring tools are going to slide into. And then below that is your score lines here where it's going to fold out those tool holders. So I'm going to click here and I want to choose fold score. So my green lines are folding and scoring, and the bold blue lines are my cut lines. Now if I come down here, I have two groupings. The first group is the text on this side, and it is defaulted to print, and that is exactly what I want it to do. And then the next one is the grouping, and it's defaulted to print as well. So now we have our file set up exactly how we want it to send. So I'm going to left click and drag across everything, and I'm going to group that together. And then it's going to show as a grouping here. But now it will all move as one piece. Now I'm going to zoom out and then make a copy of this. Let's get two of these on a page. I'm going to move that on to make sure it's going to cut everything on my page. And our print and cut is set up. We can check this by going to send design and then click send. You cannot change anything since it's a print and cut. Send design, and then I have my printed artwork. So you can double check here. This is going to print through a printer. And then I have my cut contours, and this is where I need to set it up. Since I have two different cut settings, I need to use the cutter settings within the software. You can, if you're using one cut setting, you can do that through the touch screen on Siser Juliet or Romeo. But if you're doing two cut settings in one job, you will need to set this up here. So here, blue lines, cutting tool. I'm going to set this at a force of 30. You want to do your test cuts. So this is going to be my cut through. The way you determine what cut settings work for you and your paper is test cut, test cut, test cut, because the weight of paper that I am using may not be the same weight of paper that you are using. My blade may be duller, my blade may be out more, your blade may be in more, so it really is a matter of test cutting. My settings may not work for you. And then I'm going to come up here, and for my fold crease lines, I'm going to choose the green dot. This one has a force of 1. I'm going to go with that because you just barely want the blade to score the edge of that piece of paper. Typically, I'm a dashed line score person. I tried to change the simply change the lines in this to a dashed line and it didn't work. I would have to redraw the lines. So for simplicity's sake and for testing, I'm going to go with the fold crease line and we're going to see what happens. There will be a crease tool coming soon to the Siser lineup of tools. It is in testing now and I will be sharing more about that coming in the future. So stay tuned for that. Now let's take a look at the print and then the cutting process. Select the print artwork, then you're going to make sure your page size is set properly, send to printer, and then I'm going to send this through the rear tray on my printer because that's where I'm printing through. Click OK, and it's going to print out. Then you're going to take that print and you're going to set it up with the Siser machine. You're going to set your blade housing in the bottom left corner and then choose Cut, Contours, and Send to Cutter. And then it's going to go through the process. Check out the links in the description below for additional print and cut videos, basic print and cut, and more. This did quick work. And then I unloaded everything. And then make sure to cut a test because my crayons I was going to grab real quick. These Crayolas did not fit in the holes on this size, so you would need to increase the size of the design. I ran to Dollar Tree really quick to get those cheap skinny crayons and they didn't have any, they only had Crayola. So here are some colored pencils and these are too loose inside of this. So you will need to test. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.